Someone open the door!
A SWAT team moves in looking for evidence of murder after a soldier confesses to murdering his roommate who'd been reported missing.
The fact that you're taking us to recover his body, the fact that you came clean and were honest, I'm going to ensure that that's reflected with the district attorney.
And detectives say that man, Rainor Joiner, led them to the man's body parts.
Did you plan to kill Matthew?
No.
I go through the entire horrible case. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. This case is so disturbing, sad, and frankly, unbelievable and disgusting. 2 U.S. Army soldiers are accused of murdering another soldier they both once considered a brother. But what detectives say was done to Matthew McLaughlin is so cold-blooded and calculated, it's hard for a lot of us to imagine anyone doing something like this. But detectives say a man named Rainor Joiner was cold and calculated enough to murder Matt McLaughlin with the help of one of their roommates. Detectives say after Joiner shot McLaughlin, he dismembered him over a period of days and scattered his body parts in different locations in New Mexico. The alleged motive for this, an affidavit says that Joiner told detectives that McLaughlin was, quote, running his mouth. Seriously, that is what detectives say Rainor Joiner told them. Matt McLaughlin was killed in Taos County, New Mexico in July. That's about 70 miles northeast of Santa Fe. His mother had reported him missing on July 31st. We now know that Matthew McLaughlin, he's dead. Arrest affidavits say that Rainor Joiner shot Matt McLaughlin, his fellow soldier and roommate, back on July 25th after a confrontation. Rainor Joiner, when confronted by detectives, confessed to killing McLaughlin, shooting him in the chest with an AR-15, and then walking up to him and shooting him again in the head with a Beretta handgun, since McLaughlin was still alive. Detectives say Joiner and McLaughlin's other roommate, David DeGroat, started to dry heave when the pair was confronted and said he helped Rainor dispose of McLaughlin's remains and that Rainor Joiner killed Matthew because he was starting rumors about him and bringing drugs to their home. DeGroat told detectives that Rainor Joiner took this as a sign of disrespect, and Rainor Joiner told detectives he didn't regret killing McLaughlin at all, not for a minute. And you're going to hear from Rainor just a little bit later, so stay tuned for that. Rainor Joiner was loaded into a sheriff's truck, and he led detectives to locations off of State Highway 64.
Doesn't matter if it's a truck, it's still an uncomfortable ride.
What was that, dude?
Just driving down these roads, it doesn't matter. Even a truck like your guys, which is outfitted for like this, it's still can't drive.
Yeah, these roads are something else.
Yeah. You should see it when it storms and rains. When it rains and snow up here.
Yeah, when like the spring when the snow is melting is when it's scary.
Yeah.
For more than 2 hours, detectives drove and stopped as Rainor Joiner sat in the back seat of the truck. The detectives stopped at the locations that Joiner described. Some were miles off the road. At those locations, they found body parts that they believed belonged to Matt McLaughlin.
How comfortable do you feel? No, you know what? You're good. You're good. Just communicate with me through here.
Okay.
Guide me. I'm going to sit in the front. Just guide us to where we need to go.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Appreciate you, bro. And all I can tell you is, me and my partner are the ones in charge of this. The fact that you're taking us to recover his body, the fact that you came clean and were honest, I'm going to ensure that that's reflected with the district attorney. Okay?
Understood. Understood.
I can promise you that I'll do that for you.
Understood.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Let's go. Let's go get this man so that way we can lay him to rest, okay?
Yeah.
Oh. Let me grab my cell, Sarge.
Okay.
Rainor also made small talk with the detectives about guns.
Yeah, well, the thing is that we're 1911, but anybody could pretty much carry what they want if they
Yeah, I know. The deputy that's dealing with me, I know he rocks a Beretta M82, I think.
Yeah, I enjoyed the block though. Good old faithful. You were carrying a revolver though, weren't you?
I was. I usually use the Springfield Echelon, but I was just in town. Couldn't find the holster for my Echelon, so I just was carrying the 38 Special Roscoe snub nose.
Are you thirsty, man?
Yeah, I could use some water.
Are you staying here? No, we're leaving. Hey, but give me a water for... Hey, Kev, give me a water, dude.
That's uncomfortable.
Mind if I serve you, man?
Yeah, I know I can't get out of these, but yeah. Thank you.
Good or more?
I'm good.
Your water's gonna be in the jar.
Okay.
If you need more, just let us know.
Now, later in the day, a SWAT team executed a search warrant at the home the three once shared.
Sheriff's office, search warrant, open the door! Search warrant! The sheriff's office, open the door! Search warrant! Search warrant! Sheriff's office! Throw your hands! Open and empty! Got dead space left!
It's tight, it's tight, it's tight.
Dead space right. I'm gonna move left.
Byers and Kevin, clear that left. I'll hold right
Kevin,
here.
on me. Moving. Clear.
Clear. Secondaries. Check everything.
House clear. House clear, no?
Clear. Clear. Watch your fingers. Just let it down so it doesn't hit us in the face when we go out.
Hey, we gotta open the door on the behind us right here.
Okay. Clear this vehicle.
The detectives weren't messing around. You saw that video of that tank rolling up to the house before that search warrant was executed. And after Rainor Joiner led detectives to what they were fairly certain were Matthew McLaughlin's body parts in the locations where Joiner had directed them, the detectives took Rainor Joiner to the sheriff's office.
This paper, using those pens, whichever one you want, I want you to write me a personal statement, a statement from you, describing everything involved in this incident from beginning to end to right now, as detailed as you humanly can. When you're done with that, on this sheet, I want you to draw a timeline, an updated timeline, accurately with what we obviously know happened now, okay?
Okay.
And take your time on it. We're gonna hang out for however long it takes you. Also, man, I want to read you your Miranda rights again real quick. I'm just gonna tell you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say cannot be used against you in court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer my questions, or make any statements. Having these rights in mind, are you still willing to speak with me?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand your rights?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And so Rainor Joiner, he begins to write, and he writes for a long time. It's now early in the morning of August 18th, around 5:30 a.m. You'll even hear a cat in the background as Rainor writes out his statement, which detectives say is a cold-blooded confession to murder.
That's gonna be the best way to do it, bro. So that way we're not here all freaking morning. We're both gonna be called to testify to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So. Cold, bro.
Dude, I know.
You okay, brother?
Yeah. I was thinking how to word this.
What we should do, because we did it to David too, cuff his left hand to the chair arm.
Yeah.
It's just so that way we treat you the same as we treat everybody. You know what I mean? A little more comfortable on the inside bones like that.
Now, you heard one of the detectives mention David. That's Rainor's alleged co-conspirator, David DeGroat, who'd already confessed to detectives, telling a grisly story about how he'd tried to talk Rainor out of murdering Matthew many times.
Is I want you to explain to me the plan that you're talking about.
A plan to kill Matt that Joiner made.
Okay.
So his idea was initially he was going to come up the road that we were going to have, and he was going to try to snipe him with his 308 from a distance. And then his plan changed when Matt said he was getting dropped off over by the other road. So then Joiner's idea was he was going to take my Beretta so he can have a sidearm. And then he grabbed his AR and then waited in the bushes for us to come up, and he told me to stick to one side of the road and to be very loud when I'm near the area. So when he sees Matt come up on the side, despite how dark it is, he doesn't need to worry about who it is.
Now back to Rainor, who finishes writing his statement.
Starting from July 25 at roughly 1800, 7 p.m., I, Jordan Rainor, confronted Matt on the rightmost path leading to the house about 600 meters away. When confronting Matt, I asked him to explain why he was spreading rumors about me and bringing drugs, strangers over to the house. He, Matt in parentheses, said that I didn't come up there often enough, so it was basically his place. In a dark state of mind, I shot him with the Springfield Saint AR rifle I was carrying. After shooting him, I dragged his body to a tree 40 meters away on the left side of the road. July 26/27, I went to work. After work, I went to Harbor Freight and bought buckets. Not having what I felt I needed, I went to Tractor Supply. There I got trash bags and a splitter axe from there. I went to the land, going back to the tree to cut off his head and hands. After doing so, I bagged them, then placed them inside one of the buckets. I took that bucket in my work van to a drain ditch 4 to 5 miles up the road, dumping it in there. The next Wednesday night, I went to cut off the legs and arms. I found that wildlife had gotten him, so I cut off his forearm and legs below the knee, bagged them. Then I was able to rip out his upper leg bone from his hip sockets, bagging them with some of his clothes.
Which word is that?
Oh, I believe you're trying to say finally, but it's spelled final. I bagged his torso, throwing it all in a drain ditch 7 to 6 miles up. Thank you.
Then Rainor, he's asked to elaborate on why he did what he did.
What took place, just describe and explain to us the entire situation with Matthew.
Let's see here again. So, everything I told you last time we spoke about like him spreading rumors and all that wasn't a lie, that was all factual. Really the only thing that changed from what I told you last time and me confessing was basically just the fact that when I confronted him, I didn't let him walk away, I shot him. So everything was pretty much the same. Like I said, he was spreading rumors, he was bringing drugs, he was bringing strangers. Hey. And I confronted him, I got pissed off and decided, you're not gonna give me the chance to again. And so I shot him.
So just like that, Rainor said he shot and killed Matt McLaughlin, and then he described what he did after that.
When they didn't have what I was looking for, I went to Harbor Freight, ended up deciding the best tool to use would be the splitter axe, and also bought some bags, 33-gallon trash bags. From there, went back up to the land, back up to that spot, cut off his head and hands, bagged him up, put him in the Harbor Freight bucket, drove back down the mountain about 4 or 5 miles, found a deep drainage ditch, threw the bucket down there. That next Wednesday, which I think was about the 30th, 31st, Wednesday going into Thursday was my next time off. Next day off, so I went back up there Wednesday night, late Wednesday night, found the animals had already started to expedite the process, cut off his lower legs and forearms with the axe, bagged them up, set them aside, and bagged up his torso. Took it all back down, went to another drainage ditch that was further up, about 6 to 7 miles up the road. From there, you guys interviewed me a few days, sometime after that. It was around, August 16th, 15th, 16th. I don't regret what I did, is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I don't regret what I did. That wasn't the same dude I started with, like I said before.
And why don't you regret it?
Honestly, I'm not, truth be told, I've never been exactly had a normal sense of, a normal sense of humanity. I don't know how else to put that. I've always kind of been the odd one out when it comes to shit like that, and always been the first one to just say it's like, well, you can always deal with it. There's only one way to deal with a problem permanently. When I was in the Army, and I was going through OSIT, my first one actually had, my first one at the time actually forced me to go to behavioral health and talk to a counselor, because I didn't deal with this in a normal way.
So Rainor Joiner confessed to murdering Matt McLaughlin, but he denied planning it, despite what David DeGroat told detectives.
Did you plan to kill Matthew?
No, I actually never planned to kill him. I never planned to actually planned to kill him in the sense of, like, it wasn't premeditated. When I went up there, I was giving him one last chance to fix things.
At times, Rainor, he appeared to brag about what he had done, and he told the detectives he grew up chronically homeless. He recalled something his father had told him that always stuck with him.
He looked me dead in the eye and said, "It's like, son, you're like me. You're going to like killing. You're going to find it easy." Which, I mean, I guess he's not wrong. But, so, okay.
Have you ever killed anybody else?
No.
This is your first time ever murdering somebody?
Yes.
Rainor Joiner faces a number of charges, including conspiracy and first-degree murder. So does David DeGroat. Rainor Joiner's attorney told a New Mexico newspaper that he believes his client's mental competency could be an issue based on what he saw in that police interview. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.